vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
All right. Welcome to the Swerv Show. It is, what is today? December 4th.
December the 4th.
Wow. My mother's birthday was yesterday. Say happy birthday, Betty.
Birthday.
She's 85.
85.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Keeping it moving. Mom is definitely keeping it moving. We had some great holiday with her. All right,
wow.
That's me making all this noise. Look at this. Well, y'all, welcome. We have, of course, Tony Nelson
Hi.
with us to my left, a columnist, and both of my columnists, and Capital Pride hero.
I'm a Capital Pride hero. Yeah. I just found my Capital Pride hero billboard.
You just saw it?
I just found it. I had packed it away, and I said, "What is this?"
Well, I was going to say, where was it?
Racine told me to get it, and
That's a collector's item.
That's what she said. She said, "You better get one."
That's right. And Racine Pendarvis here in this red and black. Look at you.
Yeah, I just came from hosting a holiday party for North Michigan Park Rec Center.
For North Michigan Park Rec Center.
It was amazing.
Okay, all right. All right, you get to tell us about that. Okay, y'all. All right. So, of course, we've got... Is my mic on? Testing.
It's on.
We've got our November-December issue. Bam. And I got my copies. I didn't bring one. Did you get your copies, Racine?
Finally.
Yeah.
They arrived Monday.
But they got there. That's right. And it's a cute little issue.
It is.
We're featuring Alfonso David, the new president of the Human Rights Campaign.
Oh, wow.
And they're breaking ground. Racine, we've got your column there, your questions with comedians.
LGBT comedian. It was interesting.
And then we celebrate some extraordinary people. I know that it hit around the country because Zykia posted it, and a couple other people posted it because she's featured.
One of the extraordinary people.
Yes, one of the extraordinary people. So go to all the usual spots for that issue. Okay. Well, let's go into news, y'all.
Hey, Kim Parker.
Hey, whoever Kim Parker is. Hey, Kim
Whoever
Parker.
is watching, like and share on Facebook.
Absolutely,
like and share.
absolutely.
Kim Parker is one of my prayer partners every morning.
Prayer partner.
Hallelujah.
That's a cute word.
Hallelujah.
So let's talk about this impeachment. Y'all, did y'all hear what happened today?
So much.
Do tell.
Well, I didn't see it. I just saw some of the clips. They brought in the experts, the attorneys, to talk about why he should be impeached, what the conditions were, sort of laying out the terms. And they had a few people that were in rebuttal against it. And it's so odd because that same person, of course, they had footage of him testifying that Clinton should have been impeached.
I saw that. Yes, I did see that.
And I was like, dude, everything you've done that's on video, you know they're gonna bring it back. So if you wanna counter it, be prepared to see it come up again. I was like, okay, that's cute.
So how do you think it looks? What's happening? I like what Nancy Pelosi said about she did her job. Now you do what you got to do, but I did what I took it over.
Well, I mean, I haven't heard McConnell or the senators. The only senator, Lindsey Graham, has opened his big mouth, but the others.
Well, he kind of backed off of the whole. Sure. He's backing off of that Ukrainian thing.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he said that he does not believe, by any stretch of the imagination, Ukraine had anything to do with the election meddling.
And they said that's just Russian propaganda that Putin's folks have been putting out. And that woman, she challenged him. She said that's not true. She's the expert. She challenged. She said that's not true. You stop saying that. And so the country is at a constitutional standstill.
It is at a constitutional standstill, and the country on the world stage shows that.
We'll talk about that.
Hold
that.
No, okay.
We'll talk about that.
Yes,
but the
it
other
shows
person
that.
with this is Nunes.
He's involved.
Right. He's involved. They got him on tape, I think they said 50 times on the phone calls. 50 times. They got the logs for the phone logs of all the interaction with Giuliani and the president and the other two criminals and Nunes. And so they want him to recuse himself. And he hasn't.
Well, he's not going to.
Well, I mean,
you think he will?
Where's the oversight? And who knows what's on the phone logs? That's the read. What's on the phone logs?
Well,
it's like Nixon. Now that we got tapes, we want to hear the tapes.
We want to hear the tapes.
Well, children are going to always deny, make them prove everything.
Until the tapes come, like Omarosa said, you don't know me?
Right. But here's the thing. They said that 3 experts have testified that that Trump has taken out a lot of impeachable evidence. He's got rid of it.
Really?
Yeah,
like burned it?
Yeah, he's got rid of like impeachable evidence. So it's
not
Somebody always keeps a record.
maybe I'm
not shredded, burned.
Maybe I'm a Pollyanna, but I'm still holding out a shred of hope that
a few Republican senators.
Somebody's going to do what's right. People are going to do what's right. I think the American people, after today, are going to see. I'm hopeful they see things a little bit different.
They're watching.
They have to.
That's it. They're watching. You know, people got lives. They go to work. They come home. They got to watch something to tickle them, to make them laugh.
Or they got to watch the Housewives.
Eat their box dinner and go to bed.
I mean, now it's become a mini-series, so people have to do the right thing.
Well, we all seen every mini-series that comes on. The villain always gets his. They always get his.
In the end.
In the end.
All right, let's keep it moving. So another thing happened. Kamala Harris, y'all, is out of the race. She ran out of money. She said she needed at least $5 million to sustain herself right now. And this is done. And we haven't even had a primary yet. I mean, the Iowa thing hasn't happened yet. So the next debate happens, I think, on the 19th. They say there will be no persons of color there. So
no persons of color at the next debate?
What's his name? The Latino.
Cory Booker's out.
Cory Booker. Well, no, Cory Booker's still in the race, but he hasn't passed the threshold, the money and the poll rating percentage to get on the stand, to get on the participate in the debate. But guess who might be in the debate? Bloomberg. He's been buying up the ads. It said his little poll percentage is going up.
Well, they said he could cause Trump to win the election.
You know what? That's interesting. He might be a mole in disguise.
Yeah, because they're protecting those. They don't, because they have. I believe that they're all getting together to keep Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, Elizabeth Warren is the one, baby. That's who we want.
Her out. They try to knock her out. So
and if anything, they prop up Bernie a little bit because they have overlapping constituencies. But she is the candidate that scares them.
Bernie just bless his heart.
Well, bless his heart, but Elizabeth Warren is the one who wants to take.
She's going to restructure. It's
going to be a wealth distribution. Yeah, redistribute wealth, and they're calling her like the modern day Castro. So
and it ain't even that. It's
not even that.
It's like FDR. It's the exact same thing FDR was.
She's trying to pay. She's trying to get health care.
Got to regulate these banks.
When you get people like Bill Gates speaking out against her. You know, those rich folks coming after her,
and which is strange because if what she's saying,
they've been getting over for too long.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I mean, they've been getting over these corporate companies and folks coming in cities and doing stuff and getting these tax breaks.
Well, you got three individuals in this country that have more wealth than 40% of the people in this country.
In the entire country.
And that's an absurd amount of wealth. Combined.
That's an important point.
It's an absurd amount of wealth. It's almost immoral.
It really is.
And they just throw out, the philanthropy. But it's not about your philanthropy. You don't get to decide. It's all, it's rising tides raise all ships. We've got...
And that Jeff Bezos.
Oh,
that man is just not right. It makes you not want to shop on Amazon.
But anyway, I know. That's the thing.
But Amazon.
The Walmart folks,
mm-hmm.
They are notorious. Did you hear what they've done? With the overtime. So they're not going to give you overtime for money. They want to give you discounts,
which is ridiculous.
I want to buy something from Walmart that bad. That I need to.
All it means is more money for them. That's all it means.
It's more money. You putting the money back. You giving them their money back.
I mean, the absurdity of it.
It's cheap.
and I shouldn't say much because they've been somewhat generous to my museum.
But doesn't Jeff Bezos is doing something similar?
Oh, well, I think what did he do? He's cutting benefits and stuff.
He's cutting benefits. He's cutting hours so he wouldn't have
more than enough money.
He's cutting hours so he won't have to pay benefits.
The rich want to stay rich. He
has over $100 billion.
But you know what, Racine, and that is true. The rich want to stay rich, but here's the thing: they will stay rich, even if they redistribute some of the wealth. These people like Jeff Bezos will still be the richest. Be very rich, and they're going to still be the money.
But it's greed. It's greed.
They're going to still be the richest people in the world.
More money that's infused in the economy. All it's going to do is make them richer. We're going to spend more money.
Hey, everybody on
That's
Facebook.
The thing. Anyway,
we love you.
We'll talk about that issue more too. So the other thing that happened, the NATO leaders, and this is what you were referring to, the NATO leaders were laughing at Trump.
Ooh.
They were reading him.
But look who's standing there.
Trudeau, Boris from the Prime Minister of England, the Canadian Prime Minister, and I forget the other guy. I think.
But do you see who they're talking to?
Who's the?
That's Princess Anne.
Is that Princess Anne?
That's royalty.
Oh my God! But they were joning him.
They said that she was the one that was doing the read. They said that's Princess Anne. They said the point she was making was, who comes to a royal affair and has a 45-minute talk fest about himself? Press conference about himself. She said the nerve of it all.
See, they didn't dish that one. They didn't dish that one. But for them to read him like that, oh my God!
They were on TV and they were talking about this is like the Republicans were saying this is an all boys club, and this woman, I'm not sure who the woman was, the pundit, she said, "Excuse me, that's a legendary hairdo that only belongs to one woman, the Princess of England, Her Royal Highness of England." And so they did some research. They said that she was the one that was leading the charge, and they said that Charles is not happy.
Oh, really?
That she was a part of that, because they're supposed.
But they couldn't resist. You just couldn't.
They're supposed to
say.
Was that Camilla?
No, that was Princess Anne.
That was Princess Anne.
That's Princess Anne. And
but she wasn't in the clip. She wasn't in the clip.
No, she's not in the clip. Right. She was not in the clip, but they said you could just see the top of her head, her beehive. And they said, that's no, that's her. And so that she is right there. But
they were reading him for points.
And she's in hysterics. You can see it. She's in hysterics. But he is a joke.
Oh my God!
And then, like the child that he is, he storms out.
Oh yes,
and cancels his.
He canceled the some meeting or something. No, the press conference. He canceled the press conference. Right,
and we're wasting too much time on.
Oh, but it was hilarious.
It was a mess.
You got to go see the clip because when I saw it, tears were coming out of my eyes. Anyway,
he's a joke.
So let's keep moving. So the other news item, he's cutting the CHIP program.
The Chick-fil-A program?
No, the food stamp program. They get ready to take food stamps from roughly, they said, about 37 million people for no reason. It would cost $1 billion. $1 billion. He's cutting that around this Christmas time for no apparent reason.
Because he's evil.
Talk about saving money, but do you know how much he's given to the farmers every year? It's $16 billion. So much so they had to go back and they approve additional amount, and they say it's not even going to the poor farmers. It's going to the corporate farmers.
The corporate farmers.
Yes.
His buddies.
Yeah. Which means we're about to see what I call pitchforks at the gates, where the poor people say enough, and they come storming.
And they're going to rise up.
That's coming.
We have to rise up. I hope we rise up at the polls and show up.
Well, that too. But hell, we need to do more than that.
We need to do more than that because the sticking point is, and we're gonna move on from Trump, but the sticking point is what we don't understand. When we start allowing Donald Trump and his administration to do whatever they choose to do, and they can negate processes that are set up in the Constitution.
Like you can tell Congress, oh no, you can subpoena me, I'm not coming. Then you no longer have a presidency. Democracy. You have a monarchy, and it needs to stop. Well, I'll tell you what was interesting. I'm at the museum, of course, and we had Susan Rice there because she's got a new book out. She gave a fascinating conversation last night, and one of the things when the only comment that she really offered about this administration, she says he is dismantling our government from the inside. She said so many of our functions and departments are vacant; they're not functioning. She said he's dismantling our government from the inside. It's what Steve Bannon wanted. I was like, oh my God, let me go get my gun. And sit by the house.
We better be careful what we say on this thing. You never know. It might come back and haul us.
Hey, First Amendment, free speech. Anyway, if you have that video, we can show it. Do you have it? Yeah. All right, y'all. So this is a great tie into the importance of voting, y'all. We got this fool because some people didn't vote. So we're going to address that. Michelle Obama has a great initiative called When We All Vote. Let's run it.
Last year, we went big. Millions of new voters made their voices heard for the first time. Now the stakes are even higher. That's why I've been reaching out to some friends to expand my voting squad for the year ahead.
It all starts with you.
You're the only person
that could have that conversation
with your family and your friends.
And your girlfriends.
And even with your community.
to get them registered and ready to vote.
Or just send them a text or slide into their DMs and say, yo, you up? Good, because you need a squad up.
We need you
to draft your own championship voting squad.
It's up to you to change the game.
Because when we squad up,
when we make our voices heard,
when we all vote,
when we
all vote,
we can change the world.
Head to whenweallvote.org
to get started. Let's get to work.
Join us.
I love it. All right, y'all. So we're back. So y'all, we're gonna vote this time. We're gonna vote. We're gonna vote.
We have to. I wish DC had more of a voting block.
So much so we barely got
That's
Republicans.
why they need to get
DC.
rid of the electoral college.
Yeah, that's got to go. But you know, DC is so democratic. They have to allocate a certain number of spots for the Republicans in the council. There's some Republicans
I think that's fine.
seats that are Republican for representation, because otherwise it'd be all Democratic.
I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Give them one. That's right.
One.
Okay, so we'll keep it moving.
Everyone on Facebook, please like and share.
We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Tony, what events you got coming up? I don't have a new flyer for you.
Okay, what events do I have coming up?
You got to get a standard flyer, Darryl Wilson.
Standard flyer. Well, he promotes the dance party, and then Miss Beaver Jackson promotes the show.
Okay.
This Friday coming up at
are you at Ziegfeld's this Friday?
At Ziegfeld's.
Okay.
We are celebrating my 55th birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, we are. This is
the official day.
This is the official. No, my official birthday. My birthday.
Damn 55. So you have.
It's been all month, y'all.
They started last month,
a whole lot of.
But my birthday is December the 9th. It's December the 9th, which is Monday. So you know when a club has a show, of course they have to have it the day that you're booked there. So that's why I started a little early. But I want to thank everybody, the crowd and the entertainers that came out. So many entertainers came out that it just made it a long show. But I really appreciate
So who's coming for this one?
What, I commend you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
For what you did for your birthday and had folks bring and honor Casa Ruby.
Right.
That was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, at some point, it can't be all about.
Can't be about you.
It can't be all about. You have to share something.
Right.
You have to share your light. Everybody does, and so it was a great turnout. I mean, it was an overwhelming turnout. I was shocked that so many people came.
It was fabulous.
And then there's so many young entertainers. These were like young entertainers that came.
Oh, that little child from Atlanta, honey, she was everything.
She's everything. Miss Destiny, Destiny Sharrington Monroe.
And we talked about her last week. She did Tony Braxton, right?
No. She did Donna Ross.
Oh, right.
And she spent hours on the bus just to get here, and it just meant so much. But on this Friday, we had 3 exceptionally fantastic young entertainers. The one who did what's her name?
Tony Braxton.
Thank you. She's going to be there, and 2 other very young entertainers are going to be there to celebrate. It's going to be 3 entertainers and 1 male dancer. At Ziegfeld's Friday. It's my regular show. Before that, I'm going to see the legendary Patti LaBelle.
Oh, you're going to see her?
I haven't seen.
Where is she?
She's going to be at MGM. My two best friends are taking me to see Patti LaBelle.
I can't believe I missed Anita Baker.
And I heard she had some technical problems the first night.
Oh, they said she was extremely late.
Yeah, she was extremely late with technical problems.
Oh no, I don't do the late.
But I haven't seen Patty in a long time, so I'm looking forward to it. And I think Destiny might be watching. Destiny Sherrington Monroe, thank you so much for coming to my birthday celebration.
All right, so that's this Friday, y'all. Ziegfeld's in DC. That's the place to be.
Oh, Teresa Beaver Jackson just reminded me. That's to the dancers. Thank you, Teresa. I need to say that the world's famous Megabody will be.
Megabody. He's still.
Oh yeah,
he's got to be. He's closer to my age, isn't he?
That's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's still over.
All right, bring out the Bengay.
It's over.
You try.
But it's cute. I'm sure he's still cute. He was cute.
He's fabulous. He's fabulous. So Megabody will be there. You know.
I'll come out just to see him.
You just to see him, right? So it's going to be a great event, and I'm hoping you guys can come out and keep supporting. Keep supporting.
All right. We'll be there. All right, Racine, you've got a clip here for the Tell Racine YouTube page. Let's run it. Try it. All right.
Yes, so please, everyone, go to YouTube and subscribe and watch. It just launched this week. Our first guest is the incredible Gina Brown, the famous, amazing actress and
she's
author,
so funny,
who is famous for Black Mama's Cooks.
She's a comedian, right?
Yeah,
she's so funny. She's been here.
She's right. I know she's been on the show.
So we have a wonderful sit down with her. It's a wonderful. So please go and watch. Go to YouTube and Vimeo.
I see someone posted the link.
Yes, thank you. That's Czar, our production manager, who's always on it.
So tell us who else you got lined up.
You'll have to go and subscribe to see all these wonderful, amazing interviews.
Okay, all right. So y'all be on the lookout for that. All right. So another thing that's hot, my Chester cousin, because our parents are from Chester and they're close
Chester,
friends.
Delaware?
Avery Sunshine, right? So do you have that flyer? There you go. Fierce baby, she's doing a live recording, a live album, and they're taping it, they're recording it December 28th in Atlanta, Georgia, at Center Stage.
That's a singing system.
I
will be first in line to be there.
Her mother sent me this. I said, I plan to be there.
This
is gonna be fierce.
That's a singing. That's gonna be. That's a singing woman.
Yes, she is.
She's amazing.
And her star it deserves more shine to me.
It does.
It deserves more shine.
And she is one of the ones that Aretha handpicked to perform at her birthday party and called.
And there was a great profile of that in Swerve.
And Aretha does not use too many female
singers. She booked her twice. She booked her for her birthday party and Christmas party.
She said, "I want you."
Right.
That woman can sing.
And when
Aretha calls, you answer.
You know you are fierce.
Aretha calls, you answer. Especially now, she calls you.
Right. And she said in the interview, she said when she first went up and they were doing the set, she's a new artist, so she was doing a lot of cover stuff, right? But she had sort of a hit out, and she said Aretha came out and said, "I need you to do your hit song." She said at the end, towards the end, she said, "I need you to go ahead and do your hit song."
Own song.
Right? Where's that song that's why you're here,
right?
But she said she was super gracious. She said she was super great, and then booked them for the Christmas event.
That's a singing woman.
Okay. All right. So anyway, hats off to Avery. We are
gonna
gonna be there for that.
When she sings "Safe in Your Arms."
Well, yes. She got so many tunes.
She's
gonna be here January 9th at the Birchmere in the DC area, and I'm gonna be in Atlanta. I know. Anyway,
I want to come.
I'm going to
go, but I'm gonna be in Atlanta.
I'm going to see the boss at the Kennedy Center.
Donna Ross?
Yeah.
She's back?
The exact day of my birthday, January 11th.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
I'm in the Orchestra Street.
I don't know
right
if
up
I'll be
front.
back
I
by
can see
then.
her.
So another thing that's hot, y'all, Urban One Honors is tomorrow. The taping is tomorrow. And that's not even who's being honored. Brandy's not being honored. Missy Elliott's being honored. Jamie Foxx is. Ryan Jamal from Pose is being honored because Billy Porter is presenting him with the honor.
They also honored Missy Elliott.
And Missy Elliott. Mm-hmm. But Brandy, I think Brandy and them are on part of the presentation for Missy Elliott. So it should be interesting. It's at MGM.
40 years
I'm
of
actually
radio.
going.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh my God, yeah.
Congratulations, Kathy.
So I'll be there, but this thing it runs in January. I think during MLK week.
So they're taping it now.
It's gonna be taped, yeah. So I think they still got tickets left, y'all. If anyone's interested, it's at MGM. So it should be fabulous.
Speaking of honors, has anybody seen the Black Music Honors? Have you seen that?
Black Music Honors?
Oh, please, you must see it. It's on YouTube. Please see. I mean, they do.
Who did it? Who?
Oh my God, it's amazing. They've been doing it for 4 years now. And
Black Music Honors.
Black Music Honors. It's one of the best award shows I've ever seen.
Okay.
They did a tribute to Alita Adams one year, Jody Watley, Yolanda Adams, Faith Evans. Amazing.
Who's doing
Hosted
that?
by the beautiful Latoya Luckett.
Okay.
And the amazing, is it Ricky Smiley? I think
Ricky Smiley out of Atlanta.
It might be
comedian.
Ricky Smiley. And they've been the host for a while. I mean, it's one of the amazing shows. It's on YouTube, so you can go on YouTube and see it. I mean, it is from beginning to end one of the best musical shows I've ever seen.
I tell you that just real quick, that tribute they did for Yolanda Adams at I think it was the BET Awards.
The BET Awards.
Miss Kelly.
The Soul Train Award.
Whatever award that was. Miss Kelly
honored
Yolanda at Miss Kelly Price sang her ass
Kelly
off.
Price is a singer.
Oh my! That was the other lady, Leandria Johnson.
Really?
But after Kelly Price, you shouldn't. They should have just shut the whole thing down. That woman's voice was so
Price
amazing.
Is getting better. She's one of those vocalists. The real vocalists. They actually their instrument gets more.
That woman, I was like, God, she sounded better than Yolanda Adams.
Yeah, she can.
And Yolanda was good. See, when she did her hit tributes.
All right.
Because she did.
She sang too.
I gotta look for that. BET has. They have so many award shows.
Took them to the church, child. Yolanda is the queen of a.
Yeah,
get
she
her
is.
for a tribute. You can never go wrong.
Have you heard the song that she does? It's on the soundtrack for some. Oh, it's one of those. What is that film with Ben Affleck? Some of Our Fears. One of the Patriot Games sequence.
Mm-hmm. I know the song you're talking about.
When her voice came across, it was just amazing. It was amazing. I forget what the name of that movie was. Really so she's so versatile. Anyway, all right,
Speaking
y'all.
of soundtrack, have you ever listened to Gladys Knight sing "I Hope You Dance" from?
Oh, from the Tyler Perry movie.
Tyler Perry.
Oh
my
yeah,
God. She does one of the best.
That's a beautiful
song.
song.
I like Alita Adams' version of that.
It's so pretty.
Oh, I never heard her.
Yeah, Alita Adams had a version of that also.
Well, speaking of music, we got a couple other things, y'all. So, we gay men, so, we like a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
So, Miss Universe is happening this weekend, and I think this is Miss South Africa. She's fierce.
I think it's gorgeous.
Zaza Beanie Toonsy, baby. Watch out. But they're all gorgeous, first of all. So, and we got a couple of candidates here. Let's see its next image. That's Miss Ireland, who was first runner-up from Miss DC a couple years ago. But she's now Miss Ireland.
Oh, wow.
That's Miss Tanzania. Watch out, y'all. Watch out, y'all.
That's
perfect. Miss USA, who's actually cuter to me. I think she's got a shot. She's a little short. She's cute, but she ain't fierce, but she's pretty. Miss Thailand is fierce.
Miss Thailand is always fierce.
Miss Thailand is fierce. That's what they picked to win.
She looks.
It's all the same girl.
She looks like.
She sure does. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. But let me tell you who else is fierce. Miss Vietnam is awesome.
Those Asian countries be breaking it all through.
Miss Vietnam.
But God,
she's one of the ones I think will win. And of course, I got one yours, Miss Venezuela.
Look at Miss Venezuela.
And it's funny because other pictures of her, she looks black.
Other
pictures of her, she looks very
she's a
Afro.
woman of color.
But they had to start stacking the deck against Miss Venezuela. Miss Venezuela, seriously, for years, I think Miss Venezuela has more titles than anybody.
No, they're tied with USA. They're tied.
And Miss USA don't never stand it. And if you notice, watch the pageant. I don't know about now. I haven't watched in years, but I remember
on Sunday, y'all.
I remember back in the day when Miss Venezuela would come out, they would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cocamonga, Miss so and so, Miss Venezuela." They would go up for Venezuela because they always knew Miss Thing was going to come through. Miss Venezuela is always going to come through, and she's usually the top three. She's usually the top three somewhere around in that
little bit of country. The other thing is the Philippines, they stack the deck. So, like, if you listen to the crowd, the whole country is in the audience.
Oh, my God.
When they mention her name, the whole country just screams.
Miss Venezuela!
Right.
They go up for Venezuela.
They go in. But they always got some fierce queens pulling them because Mistake is something about, when each girl walk out, you say, only a queen.
Of course. Oh yeah, the children are all behind this pageant.
Some of them children together from you speaking of the children who be pulling the kids for the pageant.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas says.
Well, Douglas he assists
all the pageant queens together.
He assists. He's Luciera's assistant, and she's the runway coach.
Oh God, isn't she beautiful?
Yeah. She puts them together.
She's so breathtaking.
But Miss Thing from South Africa, I'm rooting for her.
She's fierce.
But she better bring her.
The other one, I don't think I showed her picture. Miss Kenya, you got to see Miss Kenya. Miss Kenya is something else.
Just the name alone.
Right.
Yeah. Miss South Africa.
She's fierce.
That gown better be over.
Yeah. Oh, the gown's got to be.
The gown got to be over, and your presentation got to be over.
You got to just bring it. You got to bring it.
They need to sweep the stage.
But the thing is,
they come out,
all those girls, all those women are beautiful. And when I looked at the videos and stuff, they're over.
That yellow gown on it with that little Asian.
Last year was Miss Vietnam. She should have won. She just couldn't speak English very well.
Oh, but she swept it.
She was fierce.
Oh, and that
she was
yellow,
fierce.
she swept.
But they loved that girl that won, Miss Philippines. Anyway, so
the Philippines.
Should we show this music video or do y'all want to skip it? I'm gonna let y'all decide.
We can show it. Come on.
Let's show it. It's just 4 minutes. So y'all, this is one of the most significant pieces of music. It's a song called "Change Gonna Come," and it was written by Sam Cooke, and Brian Owens is performing it. So let's hit it.
I like this version.
Oh yeah.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes it is. Then I go to my brother. And I say, brother, help me please. But he wind up knocking back down on the knee. There've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. I'm able, Father, to carry real. And it's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. Said I know that a change is gonna come one day. I know a change gonna come. Yes it is. I know. Said life can be hard. Oh yeah. And times can get rough, but still I know. Still I know a change gonna come. Oh, 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 oh. It will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Oh, yes. It will. It will. It will.
Yo, that was a powerful rendition of that song.
Yeah, everything. There.
Yeah,
you told us who that person is. The older gentleman that sang. Tell
that's
us who
the
that
guy
is.
from the original lead singer from the Dramatics that was caught in the house in Detroit where the police killed all the people.
In that film called Detroit.
In the film called Detroit, that's that guy.
Oh, and if you haven't seen that movie, you have
amazing.
got to see it. It's hard to watch, but you got to see that film.
It shooketh me.
Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
And that song, Sam Cooke. Did you see the documentary on Sam Cooke
I've seen
on Netflix?
I have. I've seen it.
That thing. That was awesome.
But can I tell you that I have studied Sam Cooke. I have researched, studied, and without Sam Cooke, without Sam Cooke, you wouldn't have had James Brown.
None of them. That voice was so pure. He was such a great artist. He was a visionary.
He was the architect of soul. Well, some people say her first child was about him, but that's allegedly.
I never heard that one.
Oh yeah. He used to hang around her house.
Wow.
Yeah, she was in love with him. She says it in her book. She was in love with him when she was a very young girl.
Really?
He would hop around.
And she was 12 when she had that baby, right?
Exactamundo. But they say it was, well, we're not gonna go there.
No, we're not gonna go there.
But
let the queen have
let her rest.
Right.
But Sam Cooke, he was the architect of modern soul music. They try to.
Thank you, Tony. Tony Fletcher.
That's my brother.
Carla Cooke. His daughter has an excellent.
Oh, I'm sure. I got to check her out.
Carla Cooke. Yeah, she does. She does.
Remember the other wife was it? No, that's not.
Well, his wife married Bobby Womack.
Oh, really?
His wife married Bobby Womack.
I didn't know that.
Because
they sing. They
and he discovered Bobby Womack.
Oh.
His brother married Bobby Womack, like his wife, like 2 months after he died. Not long after he died.
2 months.
It was not long. It was very short.
2 months is too short.
And that's why there was a lot of suspicion with Bobby Womack and the wife, and Bobby Womack's brother married his daughter.
Right, Cecil
Womack.
And they end up
you remember the
Womack and Womack.
Womack. That's Sam Cooke's daughter.
That's a mess.
Yeah, yeah. But see, Sam Cooke had some issues with his wife.
Oh yeah, he was sleeping around.
Well, no, but the issue with the wife was he blamed her for the death of his son.
Oh.
When he drowned.
Oh, the one that drowned, right?
Yeah,
right,
the wife.
Right.
They felt like the wife wasn't paying attention.
Yo, you got to see that documentary.
Because
that was
she was
powerful.
having visitors at the home.
She was sleeping around too. They said she was sleeping around too.
It was alleged that she was having an affair with the piece in the house and the baby drowned.
Oh.
So they say.
And he beat her.
Yeah, they say he beat her ungodly.
Oh, yo, that's terrible. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, but anyway, you got to go see that. You got to see the documentary.
How did we
What's
get
up?
to hit that?
I know
From Detroit.
because the music, that song.
So, well, yeah, that's it. I knew it. It had to be some kind of transition. I just couldn't remember what it was.
That was a natural transition.
How they wanted him to change the lyrics, and he fought the record label.
Oh, he was fighting the label. That's one of the reasons why they think he got killed, because he was going to restructure and really he was going to create a black label, a label with the black artists.
He had created
would
it.
have power,
and they hated
and that
him.
would change the industry.
But what you don't know is the guy who he was working with, his manager, is a known criminal. He went on to rip off the Rolling Stones. So many people, not just black people, but he was like a gang. He was a thug. And the club that he went to the night that he met the woman that he left with, they said that Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra were there that night.
Oh wow, I never heard that.
Yeah,
that wasn't in the documentary.
I've heard that too.
They were there that night.
And they was telling him, "Don't leave with that woman."
And people told him, "Don't leave with that woman.
Do not leave with her." She was a known prostitute, but they said, "Do not leave with her."
But they felt
she's known to rob people.
Some people felt like they had set her. Somebody had set him up. They said either this.
And she claimed he raped her or something.
But the black lady shot him. The lady in the hotel.
At the hotel,
The
right?
manager.
Yeah.
So that was a setup.
And the money was all gone, of course.
And he ran through the room. They said naked as a japer. Now that should have been a nice view.
Yeah, he was cute. He was a beautiful man. He was a beautiful man. But he was connected, with Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali and all of them. They were really kind of changing the game.
They were. They didn't like that.
But I did. But just one last really interesting fact about Sam Cooke. I did read. They said if Sam Cooke had survived, there probably would not have been a James Brown. They said because when he died, that's when James kind of. That's when the music industry saw this big, how great the soul music could be, and they plugged James Brown in.
Makes sense.
I can believe that.
Makes sense.
Kind of like the same thing they say with Beyonce versus Aaliyah.
I never heard this.
When Aaliyah died, that's when Beyonce started her ascension.
Yeah, I believe that because Aaliyah was getting ready to.
That makes sense. She wasn't.
She was gonna be a force.
Yeah, she had a pretty voice that they really had.
She had the look, the voice, and everything. Everything about her was the imaging. She was sweet. She was kind. She was easy to work with people. Everyone loved her, and she was a Capricorn too.
And my friend Eric Springer was her makeup artist.
And you know who tells that story is Kevin Taylor, because Kevin was supposed to be on that flight.
A lot of people
and her management asked if he would step aside so that they could take the whole team.
Right.
And then, but Kevin's story is amazing because he was also supposed to be on one of the 9/11 flights.
Wow.
Also, a couple months afterwards.
My friend Eric, who was a makeup artist, was supposed to be on that flight too. But he told me, he said, but here's the thing. I wouldn't have gotten on that plane.
Oh.
He said they were famous for overloading those planes. He said I would have stepped off.
Ooh, that's a mess.
I don't blame him. I don't like them little small planes either.
Fly me commercial.
I never liked them little small.
So anyway, y'all, well, we got a few more minutes. So we had one little topic. So this worked out just perfectly. This whole thing with Billy D. Williams saying that he's feminine and masculine. It's sort of raising the issue around.
Saying that now?
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
No, I don't think it was a joke. He's gender fluid. It's like gender fluid.
It's a big article.
I'm like, were you born with a penis?
But you can kind of.
He says he talks about him and she as he refers to himself.
But he's in a relationship with a woman, right? So he's been married.
How old is the man?
82.
80 in his 80s.
And this just came out the blue.
Yes, I guess they probably got some pictures of him in some panties and stuff and freaking.
And maybe he just came out in front of.
I feel like everybody's old telling all the stuff. Look at me telling all the stories.
Marlon Brando talking about.
Is turning it. Talking
about Richard Pryor was screwing Marlon Brando.
Yes,
Richard Pryor. And then the family said he probably was because he was bisexual.
Yes, honey, they tell me.
Richard Pryor said he was bisexual.
Yeah, he talked about he said he got turned down by a transsexual.
He loves transgender women.
Yeah, so come on. I feel like it's fierce. You should be.
Speaking of that, I've been seeing some clips about this whole thing with Malik Yoba. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Like I saw the episode when he was on
The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club with David Johns. Remember, David Johns been a guest on the show from the National Black Justice Coalition.
I saw, bless his heart.
It was interesting. It was interesting.
I saw that interview.
I just want Charlamagne the God to just come out the closet.
I do too.
I'm like, girl, you one of us. Just come on out.
But can I just say this though?
Is he in?
Is he in?
That's a good question. He's married and stuff, but I was like,
I
want to give him the smudge test because that
means people have always alluded to him. I'm not reading you.
And it ain't no
people have always alluded.
Whatever. You know what?
Be you, honey.
But
that's what I say.
But can I just say real quick that at least if that is the case, at least Billy D is able to tell his own story.
That's right.
Unlike, instead of somebody like who I lost a little bit of respect for, Quincy Jones, outing people after they dead. I mean, what was your point? I didn't understand his point.
Quincy's an old man, and they were asking him a question. He was like, "What the hell?"
Well, he said his daughters came in and told him to shut the hell up.
Because he was commenting on everything.
I didn't almost die 3 times. Shit, I'm telling everything.
He has been proven wrong. Yes.
Well, I believe everything he said, but I did not believe what he said about Jimi Hendrix. I did not believe that.
Oh, I do. That
Jimi Hendrix was afraid to be on his CD.
No. He said He didn't say. That's not what he said. He said Jimi Hendrix was scared to play with the musicians like Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter. I believe that.
I don't believe that.
I believe that.
I
believe that.
He was younger than that.
I would see where he would be hesitant about that. I mean, because their level of artistry was so.
That could be. But that. And
the way he termed it.
So was Hendrix.
Having a damn.
So was Hendrix. That I believe that
Jimi Hendrix.
I believe that Jimi Hendrix probably had some reservations about.
I'm sure.
Many reasons.
Because those guys were so intimidating.
But I believe that his reasoning is subjective, and I think that might be what you think.
He might have felt it was hesitant, and then he commented on the Beatles. He said Ringo couldn't do. He had him in the studio. He couldn't do what they wanted him to do. They pulled up a little studio musician. He did it. Said he did it that quick.
Well, everybody knew Ringo was a terrible drummer.
Right.
The Beatles were not a great.
They're not great musicians. They weren't.
But when you think about going back to James Brown, look who he had in his band: Jimi Hendrix, Larry Graham,
Bootsy
Collins.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they were playing music differently.
And you know what? I did not know this story.
The Barcades?
Of course, the Barcades. But there's a famous soul singer. Her name is Yvonne. She was in Lady Sings the Blues, and she was the lady who, in the juke joint, that was reading Diana Ross.
Right.
She was really slated to be the next, Lady of Soul. But she ended up having a baby by James Brown while he was married.
Right.
And it was a big thing, and they blackballed her. And she could really sing.
I mean, there's tons. We can go in any church, and there's some black folks that can sing.
And I'm sorry. The Barcades was not James Brown.
Anybody knows her name? I know Zara. If you know her name, because you introduced not Yvonne.
DeCarlos. Is it
Yvonne
DeCarlos is a disco singer.
The actress.
Oh. So we got to look for that, y'all.
If somebody look for her name is Yvonne something. I know Zara knows if you're listening or watching.
The Barcades was Otis Redding's band, not James Brown.
Right.
I apologize.
That died. The original members died on the plane.
Most of them died.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's terrible. Well, y'all, we got a few other minutes. So this whole gender equity, this gender fluidity thing, is it real or is it? Have we taken this a step?
Well, you met my cousin. He's gender fluid.
Yes.
That's why I said, he'd be great for the show. We got
to bring him on.
And he's a therapist.
Because he presents as a man. He's got facial hair.
He's married
the
to
blue
a woman.
lipstick.
He's married to a woman?
Yes.
He presents as a man. He's got facial hair and the whole nine. But
your cousin who we met at the birthday
party. But the lipstick was blue. The lipstick was blue, y'all. And when I say the lipstick was blue.
Oh, and he had on black and blue
lipstick. That blue lipstick is symbolic.
I was like,
the blue lipstick.
That's interesting.
Oh.
But it's symbolic for something.
Yvonne Fair. That's her name. Yvonne Fair. Thank you, Zara. You were on it. Yvonne Fair.
The blue lipstick is symbolic. I remember when he came, he was with me for Pride, and Teresa asked him, "Oh, you got that blue lipstick?"
And it's blue.
And he explained it.
Right.
He explained it.
Does he wear that?
I love it, but
all
you know
the time.
what?
Does he wear that in his?
He's happy. God bless.
He wears that in his normal day of normal living, like
all the time
at work and the whole nine.
All the time.
I ain't mad at you, dude.
And kisses his wife probably on a regular basis.
Yeah, all the time.
And this is the beauty
got
of
a wife. I'm trying to find a husband.
I think we're evolving in society that people can be who they are. They don't have to pretend to be something.
I think it's an amazing thing.
I think it's wonderful.
And I think at 82 years old, if that's the case for Mr.
Quincy,
not Quincy, Billy D. Williams.
Right.
Good for you.
That's what I said. But this is my issue with all this gender stuff.
What's your
I have
issue?
a penis.
Really call me.
I have a penis. So when you want to make the bathrooms gender neutral, just tell me which one has the urinal.
Yeah, I like a urinal.
I love.
Please,
I love
tell
going
me
to
that.
these. I love
I've been
going
this.
to these unisex bathrooms. I
Right.
love it.
And I'm like, where's the urinal?
I like a urinal. I will say I do like a urinal. But to each his own.
That's right.
If that's what I don't know. That's that, and I thought about it like for 2 weeks now. That's where I kind of split with my argument with Flame Monroe. The whole thing, with everybody with Flame.
We ought to talk about
to
that.
go back. But my whole thing is, if she is okay with people calling her a guy, he, she, whatever, that's her choice.
I agree.
That's her choice,
and that's why they say let people tell you
how they want to be addressed.
Pronouns they want to be addressed. But you can be addressed, and you say, "Call me him."
But I guess I get people's point. People are going to think that opens it up for them to do it for everybody else. But that's not fair to her. Right, she has the right to live her life the way she chooses.
Right. It's unique to each individual.
Yeah,
all right, y'all. Well, y'all, that's it for this evening. We thank you for joining us. Make sure you check out the issue. It's a great issue.
Hey, Jasmine.
And we'll see you next Wednesday.
On newsstand soon.
Deuces.